Hi, everybody. Douglas V. Gibbs here, Mr. Constitution. And I was reading an article just the other day that last night that Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, was caught hiding out in South Carolina to avoid going to the border. There was the interview that a lot of you have heard where she was asked about going to the border by mainstream media, and she says, "Well, I haven't been to Europe either," as if it was a silly question. And of course, the Biden administration has done everything they can to avoid enforcing immigration law, just as the Obama administration did when they were in power. And in fact, has opened up the border in so many ways that we have a border crisis. And there's also a group of Republican representatives who are saying that Kamala Harris needs to be removed as the border czar. So you have all of this stuff going on. Meanwhile, Texas, the governor of Texas is saying, you know what? If they're not going to do the job, we will. They're even talking about building their own border wall. And so the question is, what's the constitutionality regarding all of this? What can or can they not do regarding all of this? Well, in Article 1, Section 8, it gives Congress the authority to make uniform laws regarding naturalization. The courts will tell you that also gives the federal government authority over immigration. That particular clause does not, in my opinion. It only gives them authority over naturalization. However, Article 1, Section 9, very first clause of that particular part of the U.S. Constitution, does give the federal government the authority to prohibit persons from migrating into the United States. It's coupled with another section or another clause that also gave the Congress the authority to eliminate the Atlantic slave trade, a very anti-slavery move for a allegedly pro-slavery document. That's a different story for a different time. So here we've got the United States Constitution saying that Congress has the authority to pass legislation prohibiting people from coming into the country. Understand, the language doesn't say the opposite. The framers of the United States Constitution wasn't expecting Congress to, or the federal government, to do whatever they can to try to get as many people into the country. And what was interesting about them writing it the way they did, saying no, that Congress have the authority to write legislation to prohibit migration into this country. That's interesting because at the time, the United States needed as much immigration as possible. But the reality was there were certain groups of people that we didn't want coming into the country. I know it sounds unfair for you lefties, but we want who's best for this country. We want a vetting process. Even when someone knocks on your door, you don't just throw the door open and let them in and raid your refrigerator. You vet them before you let them in your house. You make sure that they're not there to harm your family or take advantage of your household, that it's somebody you know or someone that you trust. You vet them at the doorway. The border is our doorway, and it's up to us to vet those people. But now getting back to the Constitution, okay, so Article 1, Section 8, Article 1, Section 9 gives naturalization and immigration authorities to the federal government, to the Congress, to make law. What else does the Constitution say? Well, in Article 4, Section 4, it also says that the United States will protect the states from invasion. So the question is the unwanted encroachment of illegal aliens across the border, is that an invasion? Well, the word invasion means unwanted encroachment, and I would say, well, yes, this is an unwanted encroachment. So I would say, yes, it does apply as being an invasion. And so now we have that set aside. We have that in place. Then what about the state of Texas? Can they do anything about it? Immigration is a concurrent issue in the sense that when it comes to legal aliens within the state, both the federal government and the states have the concurrent authority. In other words, they both have the authority to remove those persons from that state. The only difficulty for the state is only the federal government can remove them from the country. or at least that's the way the law is written. But now I want to give you one more piece of constitutionality here. In Article 2, in Article 2 of the United States Constitution, it also says that the executive shall faithfully execute the laws of the United States. Faithfully execute the laws of the United States. Faithfully execute. What does that mean? That means make sure that the laws are executed, that it's done, that they are enforcing it. By refusing to enforce immigration law, the Democrat administration in place right now is violating the Constitution because they are not faithfully executing those laws. The laws are on the books, they need to be executed. If they're bad law, then they need to be reversed by Congress. If they're good law, then they need to be, then they're going to stay on the books. But whether they're good law or bad law, it's not up to the president to decide that. It doesn't say faithfully execute the laws that the president likes. It says faithfully execute the laws of the United States. So we have an administration that's violating the Constitution by refusing to execute the laws of the United States. We have a GOP that has every right to have Harris removed as border czar, and every right to demand that the federal government start enforcing federal immigration law. And we do have a state, Texas, or any of the other border states, has every right to do what they can to protect themselves from the illegal alien invasion. Because one more part of the Constitution, in Article 1, Section 10, deploy the militia to protect themselves from invasion. So not only can Abbott work to capture illegal aliens in the state and even build a wall inside the national border, but also put the militia in place to do whatever it can to stop the invasion. Constitutionally, that is a sound that is a sound strategy for Texas to take. All right, thanks for watching. This is going to post on YouTube, so if you didn't get a chance to watch it live, go over to YouTube, check it out. Also, I post these videos on my BitChute page. If ever one of these videos for some strange reason vanishes, you can also go to bitchute.com/DouglasVGibbs because the same videos are also there. I appreciate the fact that you are a part of the family here, and thank you for caring about the Constitution. United we stand, combined we kick butt. God bless America, and my friends, next time, God bless you. Next time, we'll see you right here on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and of course, there's the 2 websites. I have written some books. You can check those out at DouglasVGibbs.com/books. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.